Hey everyone, this is John, and I run a small company called RELICS. We are full-time eBay resellers, me and my wife, and we have been full-time since 2017. So we've been doing this for quite a while. We were full-time resellers before COVID, and I have been selling on eBay since like 1997, all the way back when I was in high school. And I find all kinds of interesting topics to make videos about. So if you like this topic, please go down and hit the subscribe button, or maybe even like the video. That would definitely help us out quite a bit. Let me pull this microphone in so you guys can hear me. The topic today that we're going to be discussing is one thing that I would really love for buyers to know, that before, if you have an issue with the item that you get, if you order an item from me or any other seller on eBay, before you leave feedback, please reach out to the buyer or to the seller and try to solve any problems before you leave negative or neutral or less than positive feedback. I'm going to title this video, Am I the A-hole? And by that, there's a Reddit to where like they'll say, am I the blank hole? And they'll ask the people if the situation that happened to them, they'll want to know, was I the bad guy, essentially? Was I wrong in what I did? And I'm going to ask you guys the same thing. I'm going to give you guys the scenario here, and I want to know what you think. I sold a Barbie to a lady that lived in Israel, and we shipped it. Everything was fine. She got it, and last night at about 4 o'clock in the morning, I guess everything wasn't fine. Rapid fire, I got like 6 messages from this person. Just bam, 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 bam. And when you get 6 messages like that from a seller or from a buyer, it's never a good sign. And unfortunately, I opened the first message and I realized that I made a mistake. I sent the item to her, and it did not have the earrings in the box, which I thought it did, because if you look at the item, there is a place where it has like a couple of like little clips that would go on your ear or something. I don't know. Here's the fact. I'm just not a Barbie expert, and it looked brand new. The box was minty, and it was just a great looking item. Well, this lady was a Barbie aficionado, a connoisseur, if you will, of Barbie dolls. She loves them and apparently knows everything about them. Well, anyways, she messages me telling me that it was missing the earrings and that she was upset. And I'm like, hey, you know what? No problem. Send the item back. We'll pay for it. We'll pay for the shipping. I am absolutely sorry for the condition that you got your Barbie in. I know that you wanted it to be in mint condition, and I dropped the ball. So I start looking. I'm like, well, I want to know what kind of feedback this lady leaves for people, because she only had like 20 feedback. And it's important. If you look at the feedback before you determine the path, like if they're problematic buyers, it's going to determine how I deal with them, what I say to them, what I might offer them. So I went and checked on her feedback and seen feedback left for others. And she had this long feedback that she had left, and we're going to read it. It says, Earring Magic Midge arrived fast and was well packaged in her original box. However, it is not as stated. The box already opened and the doll was partially attached. This is not a problem for me, but I was disappointed that the magic earrings were missing. See pics. I am attaching pics of the doll I received and pics of the doll. That's how she spoke. Packed. I didn't receive the heart earrings, and the clips for me were missing items. So the item, I don't know if it was missing anything, because the thing that she sends me next is, I told her to send it back, but instead of saying, you know, hey, I'll send it back, she sends me a message back saying, well, why don't you give me, she was him-hawing about a partial refund. And I'm like, you know, I just don't, whenever somebody starts wanting a partial refund for something, I have to, it automatically, my mind, my conspiracy theory mind jumps to the conclusion that, you know, the earrings were in the box, she's just trying to get some money back. But still, typically, even with a situation like that, to avoid a negative feedback, the one that I just read you, I would have been like, hey, let me give you, like, what would you like? Would you like 20 bucks back? Would that be enough for you to be happy with this doll missing the earrings? But instead, when I see that she had already left me neutral feedback without giving me a chance to address the situation, tarnishing my reputation even further on eBay, it's getting ridiculous out there. I've gotten so many bad feedback this year, and I've tried, just absolutely tried to do the best that I can. And in every case, I'm always wanting to make eBay just an awesome platform that is a safe environment for buyers to get what they want and to get what they paid for. But when she messaged me back, between reading her messages and that last message she had sent me, I'd actually went over and read that feedback, and I go, and it took me a second to realize that she'd already left me a bad feedback. And then when I realized she left me a bad feedback, another message comes in, and I go over and I read the message. And after reading the message, and it said, I could either take a partial refund, or I would like a partial credit for another item that I would be interested in buying from you. And I'm like, you left me bad feedback for an item. You're not buying anything else from me. So I went over to my block bidders list real quick, added this lady to my block bidders list, and then I went back in and just said, no, thank you. And that's all I said to her, and I have not heard back from her since. It's only a neutral feedback, and I do feel bad that the item might not have been as described, but I did my absolute very best. The box looked minty. It was perfect. I did everything to the best of my ability, but I honestly lost all regard to help her when I realized she'd already left me bad feedback. So am I the butthole? Does that make me a butthole? What should I do? What do you guys think would be the perfect thing to do in a situation like this, when you have a person who has left you a bad feedback and jumped the gun and then wants to buy something else from you? Would you sell them another item? I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to sell another item to her. I might wait a couple days and reach out to her and see if she's willing to, and I know you're not supposed to, but see if she's willing to maybe modify that feedback if I give her a $20 credit. But I still don't want to deal with her anymore. I still don't want to sell her anything. She's more than welcome to open up a return and send it back, and I'll pay for it back from the great land of Israel. I will take the return on that. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is another situation that I had with another customer, and it is one of my Latino brothers from California, and he bought a shower head from me that's a speaker that plays music. And for some reason in Missouri here, the St. Louis distribution center up there, the mail hub, likes to send my packages on American world tours. Actually, world tours. I just had an item get directed to Puerto Rico, and it was supposed to go to like Texas or somewhere. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm lying. I think it was Texas. But I refunded that lady for hers. I just said, you know what? I'm sorry. Here's your $14 back. And when it shows up, because it will show up, please enjoy it. And, well, this guy, he's got this $20 speaker out there floating around, and he lives in California, and it went to Boston, Massachusetts. You can't tell me that you couldn't mess up any more than that to send it all the way to the East Coast. And then you shipped my package all the way to the East Coast, and now it's got to be shipped from the East Coast all the way back to the West Coast. So I would like to know, what's up, Post Office? What are you doing? What are you thinking? I'm disappointed. I don't need help being a horrible seller on eBay. I do good enough myself. So let me know down below what you guys think. Let me know about what should I do. What would you do? Because you can tell me what I should do, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But tell me what you would do. You guys have a good day. Thank you for watching the video, and God bless.